Herzlich willkommen zum vierten Drittel hier, ja, nach dem etwas unerfreulichen Auftritt unserer Mannschaft 6:3 ja gegen die Blue Devils Weiden. Trotzdem möchten wir heute natürlich noch mal ein bisschen außerhalb des Eishockeys gucken und dazu habe ich mir tatsächlich unseren Neuzugang hier herangeholt, Yūshirō Hirano. Hello Yūshirō.
Hi.
Und wie ihr wahrscheinlich seht, kein Simon da, liegt daran, dass wir jetzt wieder switch to English machen.
Yeah.
Yes, so I mean, hey, you've been here for 2 weeks and you don't speak our language. Like, what are you doing?
Right.
Yeah. Well, for now, it's for you. It's a tough situation. You know, you come into the team and like basically as a spectator, but maybe from your a little more analytical view from the audience, like, how did you see tonight's game?
I mean, we wasn't that bad, I think. Like, just we sometimes kind of lost confidence, you know, when someone's made a mistake or something. But you know, I think we learned that from the regular season. We're not still in the playoffs, so just, you know, we can learn a lot of things from these 2 games. So I think. Yeah, we're gonna figure it out, I think. Yeah.
So, what's your assessment? Like, there's you came at the same time, like Marcel Müller, who was here with the team before, and he knows the dressing room. He knows a lot about Krefeld and how the organization works. Like, how was your first impression? Like your first couple of days and weeks here?
Yeah, that was great. Like, great teammates. Like, everyone's trying to helping me out, and you know, like, especially like as hockey wise, it's kind of tough situation right now, but you know, in the room, like, coach is nice too, and especially like if I watch the game from after, like, we have great fans. Oh my God, you know, like, so I can't wait play in this building.
Well, even like, I think I'm not sure if you were there. Like, there was one game I think we lost, and it wasn't the best showing, but there was so much support amongst the fans. There was like, they were still cheering, and I think that was like a little bit of a turnaround even for the teams, for like the mental thing, like that even if the team isn't there, like with the results, that there's still support. Like, how important is that for you, like as an individual player and then as a collective, to have like such a audience reaction?
The fans, I mean, it's always like gave me a good energy when I go out there. So I mean, especially off the ice, like they, you know, always helping us, like talking to me about hockey as a person, like a lot of things. But it's like, it's one thing's fun to play outside of Japan. You know, like Japanese people kind of like shy. So we don't talk that much. But around here, I mean, in Europe, I used to play in the US too. So like people like so kindly and like, it's fun thing. Like, always fun.
Do you get recognized a lot in the business club now, or is it just like, oh yeah, he wears a penguin, he looks like he's from Asia, so he must be Yūshirō. How's the reaction?
Like the most fans like talk to me like, hey, Hirano, when you playing, like like I feel like they kind of excited to see my play. But I mean, like I said,
comes time. Like Thomas Popish, he talked about that in the press conference on Thursday, and he said like, we want to get him the games, and like what stood out for him, and I think a lot of people when we had the game in Dresden, like from like this, you were there and you gave a lot of energy and a lot of physicality. Is that something that you take pride in? Is that something that you think is the strongest suit in your play, or what's there?
Like this point, you know, like I'm gonna focus on my job, like for the team, you know. Like, honestly, this is not an easy time with this situation. Like, if I'm not playing like this, but you know, my at this point, my priority is like focus on my job for the team to make the win for the playoffs. So yeah, I think, you know, I believe I have been like raised the motivation of the other imports as well. I think. Yeah. So I think I want to play. I always want to play, but they also want to keep playing for sure. But I think that makes great happen for the team.
So how much more work is it for you, like, to come into a team in the middle of the season? You have to learn a new system. You have to probably watch a lot of videos and talk. Like, how is an integration process with a new player and the coaching staff? Like, how many hours did you have? Maybe even like individual meetings with the coaching staff?
Yeah, it's not easy, but. You know, like coach is trying to like talk to me every day after practice, and I mean just I always like focus on my teammates' play on the practice, like what kind of player, and you know, especially like sometimes I need it to watch the game from after in the game, like I can find out like what we want to do on the game as a team stuff. So yeah, I think it's not easy, but sometimes I need a little bit of time to understanding with my teammates. Yeah,
I believe that.
Yeah.
Well, and you're kind of a pioneer in Germany. There has not been a lot of people. Do you know the two players? Like in the DL, there was one, and then the DL2.
Shuhei Kuzi and Go Tanaka.
It's perfect, like jackpot. Like, geez, and thanks for it. Like I would have said the names exactly like that. So thanks for it.
Yeah.
No, like is that something? Oh, I think you played with both of them in on the national team, eh?
Yes.
Like, was there? Line. Did they talk to you, or did you have contact with them since then, or?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
Not really, but yeah. But when I was young, like when I was 19, I played with them in the same line.
Oh, wow.
Then, you know, like I always stay with them on the ice and off the ice too, like just trying to steal a lot of the experience from them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I hope we can talk about Germany hockey in the future maybe, but we don't see each other in the summertime, so yeah.
Oh, they're like I think like who's I think Tanaka, he's in his 40s now, eh? Or is it? Yeah, and Kuji, like that was like I think that's one of the most impressive things. Like he played for Berlin, like Kuji, and like that's like like really like to advance a sport like not only in the DL. Like how is it, like how do you get into hockey in a market like Japan? Because there's like I think there's baseball is huge,
it's big,
and then probably there's not like that much, and then some point there's hockey. Like how did you get to hockey?
I think I mean my situation is like my dad played in pro hockey in Japan.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I also my old brother playing hockey too, so I just play with him like when I was a kid. But most people, I think, kind of same thing, like dad or parents, maybe uncles playing pro hockey, and sometimes like friends playing hockey. That's why like I tried stir the hockey, but I don't know. It's tough to get into the hockey. Hockey in Japan. So yeah.
So when did you start? Like, what was your age?
When I was 3.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Okay.
With gears stuff. Yeah. I mean just.
Fooling around, just the flopping on the ice.
But yeah.
Like, do you remember your first like game, like the real first regular hockey game you played, or were you?
When I was like 5.
That's awesome.
Yeah, 5 like that. But yeah, that was fun to play. Yeah.
I remember my first game as a goalie, like, and my mom was
really?
like, "Oh yeah," she was like,
goalie?
"Yeah, I was a goalie," and,
Yeah.
and my mom was like, "Oh yeah," so we're playing against a really good team. But what we didn't know at the time was that it was just like the little preschooler skating school.
Yeah.
So when we beat them, I had a shutout, and after that, my mom was like, "Crap, that's gonna be expensive."
Yeah, right.
Oh, so your brother, did you play like how was the competitiveness level, or were you too far apart for you to have a chance? Or
In Japan, right?
no, I mean like the age gap between your brother and you.
Oh.
Is it close enough that you play on the same team, or did you push yourself?
We don't play the same. Like just so when like school made outside rink, just play together. But he's 6 older.
Oh, 6 years.
than
Yeah.
me,
Okay.
so it's kind of it's not the same level. So, but
Yeah.
he stopped the playing after the junior
high school. Yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So it's,
No. Well, for you, like, okay, after you started, you played in Japan, and then you moved away, and your first experience wasn't even like last or this season in Austria. It was like way back when you were like a junior. It was in Sweden, where you played in I noted down, like, what was it? Tingsryd. Yeah.
Tingsryd, yes.
Jesus Christ, that's harder than the Japanese words. I know. And you even played senior hockey, junior hockey there. Like, what was your first experience like outside in new culture, like in Sweden, far away from home? Like, how do you feel about that?
That was a tough time.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, I couldn't speak any English that time. I also like, the first 2 weeks I couldn't use the Wi-Fi, so I couldn't text my family, my
couldn't
friends.
communicate that you needed it. Eh?
Yeah.
Oh,
Also,
no.
they speak Swedish too. So yeah, that was a tough time. But I cried most of the night time. But yeah, but that was a good experience. Like first time you going outside Japan, then trying to make get to the dreams stuff.
Yeah.
So just that was tough, but that was fun time to make the hockey.
How did you like the hockey itself? Like, when did you realize, hey, I'm pretty good at this, and I might be able to make a living out of this? It's like, or like, when did it start to leave being a hobby and being a profession?
I think that's a tough question, but when I was high school,
there's no easy questions.
Yeah,
here.
I was high school, but so I made under 18 when I was 16. So I think that happened gave me confidence, like stuff. So I think that time, so we went to the Slovakia, I think.
Oh yeah.
Then we lost the whole 5 games. So that time, like, I felt like, oh my God, it's crazy. That was my first time play against outside country.
Oh yeah,
Against country, yes.
Wow.
But then I felt like I gotta do more. I want to go outside. Yeah, that makes try and play in the junior Sweden.
Dein Abfall ist Giganto? Container von Curanto für private und gewerbliche Entsorgung. Einfach online bestellen. Curanto mit C, curanto.de.
So it was like mostly the feeling when you were in Japan, like, hey, I'm pretty good at hockey, and then you get out of Japan, and then you're like, oh, maybe not. But that's apparently that helped because you moved even further. You went to the States, played in the AHL and then the ECHL, or even before that. I think it was the USHL. Yeah, that was still juniors. America, what was that like? Like you jumped from Sweden, now the US. How was the culture there?
I mean, yeah,
that was before
like
Trump, I think. So
oh yeah, before Trump, yes. But I like there. I mean, like Europe and the hockey is big here, but they're like more little bigger hockey culture. So yeah, when I like the rink is everywhere. Like everyone knows hockey's rules. It's it's kind of like it's kind of impressive. Like in Japan, like kind of 30. I think less than 20% people doesn't know the rules. So, yeah, but that was fun. Yeah.
Well, how many years? I think it was like 5 or 6 years you play there.
Yeah, 6. Yeah.
Yeah, 6 years. Like from that time, like when you started there and you came into the country, you came into the hockey market there to the time you left. Like, how much did you change as a person, and how much did your hockey game elevate in that time?
It's good
question. Or maybe it decelerated. I don't know. Like we can.
But that experience like helped me so much. I think helps me. Yeah, and when I play in the U.S., like everyone's trying to get to play in the NHL. Like everyone's goal is NHL. So every player focus on each play. If you messed up, you're gonna get cut. That's a professional in the States. So I was like, I can't stop like each day. I gotta do something. I felt I gotta do something every day. Like I think that things made me raise that motivation more. Then I think that makes my hockey life. Yeah. So.
What like besides hockey? Like what do you do? Like or do you do anything else? Might be. But no, jokes aside. Like what do you do to come down? Like what are there other things to get your mind off hockey? Maybe.
Sometimes watch a movie. With the English. Trying to learn the English, but with the subtitle, Japanese subtitles helps, and obviously like trying to hang out with my teammates, then trying to catch up my English, and just go to maybe other sports, watch other sports. Baseball, football. Like football is not big in Japan. Also, but. They're huge, so I had to have fun. Watched that game.
It's actually bigger. Like football has been growing here in Europe and in Germany. Especially like you don't see a lot of baseball here. Like I think because like I'm in the American sports, and like I was talking about like these mega contracts that some of these guys. Jesus Christ, there were 2 Japanese players now that signed like who I don't
baseball.
In baseball from the Dodgers. Ohtani. Ohtani. Like looking at that, like. How do you would you go back and maybe take a baseball bat instead of a hockey club?
I played a baseball.
Oh, you did too. Okay.
So, before the junior high school. Like my teacher told me you can't play both. You gotta pick some. But I chose the hockey because I played a long time. So. But that makes me sometimes like, oh fuck, playing baseball or something.
But well, looking at like the Japanese the sports culture, like was I spot on? Like what are the sports that like soccer is kind of growing? Like you had the European or the World Championship I think with that was South Korea, South Korea and Japan. I think that was 2002. Like it's way back. We're not that far apart with the age, but I still remember that. Like what are there? Like how do you get into sports? Like is that more like the German, to explain it, the German is you go to school and afterwards you have sports in like dedicated clubs? Or is it more like the American model where it's like, okay, here's your high school and we have a football team, for example? Like how is it in Japan? Like how are the sports clubs there? Or
it's
are
tough
you
to
that
explain,
far
but-
away? I think
Yeah,
you
it's
played
from-
for a high school. Eh?
Yeah, high school. So
Okay.
we have kind of like club teams, but most of the teams stick with the school. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So like, for example, it's hockey. Like we don't have a club high school team, so just play with the school, then go to the college.
Okay.
Then, like here has a junior league.
Yeah.
But we don't have a junior league in Japan, so just like high school tournament, college tournament, then like some people go into professional, some people like quit hockey, like that stuff. So yeah, it's I don't know.
It's somewhere in the middle,
it's an answer
probably.
or not, but yeah, it's tough to explain. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're not alone here. That's a good thing. Like, okay, you have your teammates, but also like your wife. You're married, eh? So it's your
No,
wife.
I'm not
Oh no,
married. No.
yeah, okay, your girlfriend. But she's here as well. Like, how important is that for you to like have someone to just bounce back and just to fall back and say like, she's here and to support me and otherwise. Yeah.
Let's pass out that. Let's pass that.
Okay, no
question.
problem.
It's like it's really complicated, but yeah.
I mean, it's great to have her here. It's great
Yeah,
to
it's-
have the support here. So yeah, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Looking at, and we can take a turn back to the hockey thing because we're almost at the end. So just like as an end, you have the playoffs coming up. We still are not in there safely after tonight's loss,
Yeah.
but we're heading that direction. Like, what do you think? Where is the team right now, and what abilities and what things are fitting already for a successful playoff run, and where do we have to improve?
I think it's gonna be different hockey in the playoffs for sure. So we have to be more physical, and like I think we have to be more smart too. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to say like this because I'm not playing, but I'm not coaching either.
It
but
is
yeah,
difficult for
it's-
you.
yeah,
That's why.
right,
Yeah.
But if I say something, I think, like tonight's game, like we trying to dumping chase, but they good with the pick, the people, players, so they just get the pack quick, then they get breakout.
Breakout. Yeah.
Yeah, but we need sometimes like smart dump and smart entry stuff that makes more easier bring to the game to the win. So yeah.
No.
But yeah, it's tough to say.
In the end,
as
it's a
player,
little bit of
yes.
luck probably as well is
Yeah.
involved. Like you saw the Marcel Müller with his breakaway and the puck just
Yeah.
jumps away,
Yeah.
and it's like, it's one of
It's
these
unlucky,
days.
yeah.
Well, Laura, I think we're done, oder? Sind wir jetzt ungefähr? Ja. I think we're at the
good.
end of the fourth period. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
I'm spitting everywhere. No, well, thank you for your time.
Thank
It
you,
was
thank you,
like, and
appreciate
I really, really hope that we get to see you in action. Like, I think that was a really good sample size that we got in Dresden.
Yeah.
And like, hopefully, we get to see a little bit more out of Hirano
Yeah.
for the rest of the season.
Yeah, thank
Ja,
you.
und dann kommen wir auch zum Ende. Vielen Dank natürlich auch an alle, die heute auch wieder zugeguckt haben bei meiner englischen Folge. Diesmal ging es halt nicht um die Kanadier, sondern halt mal um die Japaner. Nichtsdestotrotz hat es mich sehr gefreut und wir sehen uns dann in der nächsten Woche hier dann am Sonntag wieder. Bis dann, ciao.